Hello everyone. We're gonna do a shop update. Kind of tell you guys what I got going on, what I've been working on, what I'm gonna be working on, and then kind of go through a few other little things. I actually cleaned up my shop so that way it doesn't look like complete crap this time. I do get pretty busy and I get a lot of crap laying around and stuff kind of builds up. So I took a couple hours and kind of straightened up everything. So that way I can actually give you guys a nice little. This is gonna be like a little tour for whoever wants to kind of catch up on some things, and then we'll talk about what I've been working on. We'll start in my utility room here. This is where I have my sink where I soak parts and cleaners and such. I got a back cap, a 90s 2 bill and a 90s 5 bill that I'm working on for a friend. Those are almost done. We'll get those done pretty soon here and get those shipped back to him. Not too much on my workbench right now. I do keep parts on my workbench, mostly just bolts and diffuser rings, some tools that I use quite often. And then the top of my shelf there has some more diaphragms and some cushion rings. And then I got a couple more diaphragms over here that I pull from when I'm building horns. I'm done stripping bells for right now. I got to get some more paint stripper and then get a few more other cleaning utensils. So all that stuff's down there put away for right now. Got all that cleaned up really good. My sink is the cleanest it's been in quite some time. Normally I get a buildup of a bunch of junk right in this corner. And then over here too, I kind of get a bunch of crap built up over here, but I kind of cleaned all that up. I got a couple of things. I got some bolts over here soaking in PB Blaster that I'm going to shine up. I got a couple diaphragms, cushion rings, and a couple diffuser rings in that are soaking in PB Blaster. A couple back caps that we got to clean up. That's more stuff for my friend that I'm working on. These you'd remember from a couple videos ago from my early CSX K5HL. There's no manifold right now. I have the manifold at a shop. One of my shop buddies is kind of re-truing these sections on the top of the high manifold. They're a little wonky, a little misshapen, so he's going in with a flat cutter and remachining them nice and flat. So that's why those are sitting there. They just don't have their manifold right now. Once I get that manifold back, those will go back on the manifold. Eventually I will finish stripping the rest of the bells, and then we'll find a nice paint that somewhat matches CSX dark blue, and we'll repaint that. As far as what's on the floor right now, you guys have seen a handful of horn talks now. I did a horn talk on the K5 LLA hybrid. That horn is done. Paint will probably happen, probably not this year on that, just because I got a lot of stuff going on this year. But if I can at least get some more things stripped, I'd be happy. Maybe get one, maybe two horns painted over the summer. I'm not too sure. I might not even get any painted over the summer. I'm hoping I can get something painted this summer, but we'll see. I haven't done a horn talk on those two yet. Those are my raised letter K5 LAs. We'll get to those. That's a 80s K5L that I'm still working on, so that's still in the works for a horn talk episode. You guys saw the horn talk episode for my 80s wide font K5LA. That thing's perfect, beautiful. I haven't touched it since. Probably not going to paint it either. Not 100% sure on that yet, but we might just put some more time into shining the bells up a little bit better. That one you'll hear. I'm not going to say too much about that one. That one will be in a horn talk episode sometime soon. We did a horn talk episode on that one today. That horn is perfect as is. Sounds amazing. Looks good. these two, my two P42 horns, we got the 23K and the 13K. Those are still, you can tell they're still getting stripped. Once I have those completely stripped down, we'll start working on repainting those back for Amtrak and get those looking really good. We'll do horn talks on those. I'll probably do horn talks on those after they're all stripped. I'm not going to wait till they're painted because it's probably going to take me forever to get them painted. So we'll get around to that. I got to do horn talk videos on these two, my early K5 LLA and then my 4th gen K5 LLA. We'll do horn talks on that. You guys have seen the horn talk on my P5, my P3 new cast, P3 old cast. I'll work on getting some audio of those now that you guys have already seen the videos for the horns. We'll try and get some audio on that sometimes. I just got that one thrown together today. We'll do some horn talks on those coming up. My one Leslie that I got there, we'll do one on that. The two, I'm probably going to do those two together just because they're both kind of the same time frame. And then I already kind of did a horn talk on those, but I might go in a little bit more in depth on those and get some more sound, so we might kind of go back to those. And then same thing with my CSX K5HL. We'll give it its own time in the sunshine there as far as horn talks go. But yeah, so I've just slowly been working on stripping these two. You can see all the back caps are done, the 4s and the 5s are done. Still got to do the 3As, 2s, 1s, and the manifolds. Of course, I saved the hardest things for last. So those will be a joy. I might actually do a paint stripping video with one of these. I'll probably just do one bell because it's gonna take me forever if I do a video on like all 3 of those bells in the manifold. So when I do a paint stripping video for you guys, it's probably just going to be one bell from one of those horns. So that's really all I have left to strip as of right now. I do have a 2 bell back there on that guy that will strip, but these ones will go pretty easy, so kind of go through that. As far as my parts closet, I still got some projects sitting in here. Still some things I gotta match up and work with. I am currently looking for a 90s 5L manifold because I have an entire Amtrak bell set just sitting in here waiting for a manifold, so I'm looking for that. I'd like to find another early 2000s 5L manifold because I got enough bells in there to make another K5LA or a K5LA hybrid. So and then we have a couple K3 manifolds that we're going to do something with. The black one I'm probably going to wind up selling to a friend of mine that needs it. And then my little bit beefier low manifold, that one, I got to figure out what I want to do with that yet. So I still got a handful of projects yet to come that are just kind of sitting till I get some more parts for what I need. Air system's been working great, as you guys can tell from the horn talks where I actually get some sound in them. I run 140. I start off with 140 psi and just honk until we have a pretty good sound clip of it, and I still have plenty of air to play with, so I'm loving the new setup. That's been working great. What else? Yeah, not really too much. Just kind of been busy trying to get some of these other horns out here wrapped up, trying to get everything 100% before I actually do a horn talk on it. I did some work on that one today, a little bit of sounding work, so when I do the horn talk on it, you guys will love how that one sounds. That one and that one are perfect sounding. when I do the horn talk on those guys. All these horns right here, you guys will really enjoy the horn talks on those and hearing them, because every single one of those is a beautiful sounding horn. Put a lot of time into sounding them just right. So a couple of them have a little bit of warble, but nothing that's really gonna stand out. It's nothing that kills this overall sound of the horn. Sometimes I can tweak it enough to get rid of the warble, and sometimes I can't. If I can get the warble down to where it's just barely there, I'm fine with that. You know, horns out in the wild, they sound 100 times worse than what these sound like anyway, so a little bit of warble doesn't hurt anything. But yeah, guys, so that's just kind of the horn side of things. Like I said, eventually we'll get around to the model railroad stuff. I have a lot of stuff in this room to go over. I have my my carnival train that I've been working on for like 10 years now. That'll be in an episode sometime down the road. We'll kind of talk about what I got going on in here. Most of this is all freight cars. Basically all of it's freight cars in here. Nothing too crazy. A bunch of train magazines. And then over here we'll talk about some of the we'll go through a lot of my locomotives. I'll kind of tell you guys like what I've done detail and weathering wise, and then I'll also do videos on how I detail and weather and some of the processes and tools that I use, the paints that I use, some of the weathering agents that I use. So once we finally start doing some of the model railroad stuff, hopefully if you horn guys know somebody that's into model railroading, let them know that I'll be doing this stuff, so that way they can kind of keep an eye out for it whenever I start getting into it. If you're like me and you're into horns and model railroading, then this is the place for you. So yeah, they're just pretty simple shop update of what's been going on, what I've been working on, what's yet to come, and then stuff that's gonna be way down the line. So hopefully everyone has been enjoying my videos so far. I know they're not the greatest. Like I said, I'm not an editing wizard. I don't write scripts on any of this, so sometimes my brain and words don't always like to connect. So I thank you all for bearing with me through this. I'm trying to get better, give you guys some really good in-depth content. Just really trying to do some videos that I always wish were on YouTube and nobody ever did. So I'm trying to, now that I have the knowledge and the tools and the actual products, I want to really show everyone just different things that can be done, or different things that were done, different horns, different bells, just different combinations on stuff. So I'm really trying to make it a exciting and informational channel for everyone. So if there's anything that anyone has questions about, if there's anything that somebody wants to see and I am able to do it, I can totally do requests on stuff. But yeah, other than that, guys, I greatly appreciate all the support that my channel has had so far. I love reading the comments. I read every single comment. I comment on every comment. I love the support. I've been into this hobby for a while, and I wanted to do YouTube videos for a long time now, and I just never felt like I was quite at the right spot to do it. So now that I'm finally getting to that, I'm excited to make videos for you guys. I try and at least do a couple per weekend. Some nights I work pretty late during the week, so I mean, you guys don't really see a whole lot out of me during the week. And I don't really have like a set upload schedule. So it is kind of sporadic. Sometimes it's super late at night during the weekend. Sometimes it's kind of during the day. So I am sorry that I don't have a really set schedule. It's just kind of whenever I have the time. Especially with I have my wedding coming up this year, So some weekends I'm going to be kind of busy and I might not have a chance to do a video. So that's why I just try and make every video worth the watch. So that way if I'm not able to post a video for like a week or a couple weeks, you guys have some stuff to watch for a while until I can get back to you. So once again, thank you so much everybody for supporting my channel. Thank you for the comments. And yeah, just I hope you guys are excited to see what I got coming up next, and we'll keep going at it. So till next video, thank you. Take care.